Hey y'all, so I was afforded the amazing opportunity to meet the cast of American Skin. Now, American Skin by Nate Parker came out yesterday. And you guys saw I did a trailer reaction to it, and through that trailer reaction, the American Skin and team and Nate Parker saw it. They liked it. They reached out to me, and I was afforded the opportunity to sit down with a virtual roundtable with the crew, with the cast, with Nate Parker, and the rest of the cast of American Skin, just to ask them a question about, the film. I'm just gonna show you my little snippet. I got a chance to sit with some other amazing content creators. There was probably like 10 of us maybe that got that opportunity. So I am so grateful to the American Skin team, to Nate, to the cast for being so gracious. So I'm just gonna show you, the question that I got the chance to ask Nate and Omari Hardwick about the film. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and I really hope you guys have seen the film. I'm going to post after the interview where you can go and watch the film. Let me know what you guys thought of the film. I would really love to, start, conversations in the comments about what you thought about the film. Let's start a conversation. Let's have a conversation about it. It's a very powerful film. It's a very deep film. There's a lot of emotion that people go through when watching this film. There's a lot of thought processes, because it's reality. It's dealing with reality, and it's not. If you watch the film, you already know it's not. It's not what you think it's gonna be. Based off the trailer, it's not what you think. But I love the direction that Nate and his team took with it. So if you've seen it, let's have a conversation. Let's start a conversation below, or even follow me on IG and let's start a conversation on it. I mean, it's definitely something that needs to be talked about. But here's that round table. Hi, good morning. My name is Crystal. I'm from Toronto, Canada. So my question had to do particularly with the police chief character. And I think that character really resonated with me because in Toronto, for the longest time, our police chief was a Black male. And at first, when he was first sworn in, there was a lot of narrative around comfort that, oh, our police chief is a Black male. But as time moved on, that narrative kind of changed. And I kind of wanted to know from Nate, if what was your thought process behind having that police chief character be a Black male, and especially with the scene where he was in talking with the mother, and the son's cousin was going off on him, calling him an Uncle Tom, and not really like, in that discourse between the two, which I found in a sense kind of it was a really interesting scene for me. And I just want to know what your thought process was behind that decision.
Well, thank you for the question. And for me, it's two-part. The first is the broken record that we're hearing when a young brother, sisters killed in the street. You can set your clock to the things that are going to happen, right? There'll be, if it was on body cam, we'll see the video, we'll be upset, it'll go viral. The police chief will make a statement, and it'll either be someone that is Black, or there'll be a Black person right here to make sure that person is co-signing on what is being said. I feel like so much of how we're pacified is strategic. I just do. I think it's easier for America to pacify and to change the angle in which we see it than it is to actually hit it at the root and deal with it head on. Because for that to happen, systems have to either change or fall. And as you know, in this country, for things to change quickly, that's when the system fights back. Nothing's designed to change quickly. The Constitution's not designed to change quickly. So when we're like, this is something systemic needs to change, it's, okay, this is what we need. I can just imagine the conversations. Cop, you go home, we'll talk to you later. All right, they're gonna riot, we need to get some Black people around us, we need to get the mother, we get the father, we need all these other people that look like them to tell them to calm down. And I imagine, and this is the second thing, that it wasn't so different on the plantation. And I'm just keeping it real. When we were in situations where we're like, you know what? In the name of God, this should be different. We should be free. We should be able to drink, walk, be free, love, take care of our children without, wait a minute, let's get this person to go and talk to them. We are the ones that are sent to intercede on behalf of the actions of the people that are subjugating and oppressing us. And I think that it's worthy of being called out. Again, I'm just an artist. I feel that I've been given this position to make films along with my cast members that can change things for us. But without honest confrontation of where we are, there will be no truth. And I would be misrepresenting the truth if I made it a film that said only white, racist, hillbilly, KKK cops can kill Black people. It is not the case. If you are Black and you buy into that system of oppression and you drink that Kool-Aid, so to speak, whether you like it or not, from a subconscious level, you will be shifted into their way of thinking. And you will be an extension of the arm that is designed to strike Black people down. So I wanted to create that imagery to have that conversation too. So we can't be pacified by a Black police chief, or pacified by a Black senator, or pacified by a Black president for that matter. No measure of symbolic leadership should be able to divert our attention from our babies being killed, period.
And that was very important. I have to say, I remember that being a very important scene that we shot, with me as the mom sitting on the couch and hearing the police chief coerce me and encourage me to project a message of peace, and how that's used as a tool so that there is no uprising. There is a desire to trust the system. And it's a formula, as you said, that is continuously used, specifically in cities that have a concentrated amount of people of color. It's an intentional tool that is used. And a lot of times we pick up the tool and we use it.
Well, because sometimes, and to the point made by Milauna and Nate, and obviously Nate being a Virginia kid, Milauna a Chicago kid, Omari an Atlanta kid, more specifically, not just a Georgia kid. We are from the South and Midwest, and Nate not coming from the South, there's such the massive reality of migration that then went to where Milauna grew up. So many people from Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, Virginia, North Carolina. And what we learned is that whether it was Bronzeville in Chicago or not, once all of a sudden we found that certain societies within the city, within the state, had actual self-sustained neighboring postal service, schools, this, that, or the third, where we could almost dive within ourselves. Nate makes a really good point. We are equally asked and taken advantage of, because at times we're asked to, because we're taken advantage of, to dive back into something else. Not only in terms of sustaining our neighborhoods with curating companies that we own, that are Black owned or whatnot, even if they're not great companies, but we are asked by our own people, dive in, give your money, give this, give that. But there are the colonizer mentality that comes with this, hey, dive into that which we're trying to state is in the name of God. How much in the Constitution is stated as preemptively, in the name of God, ... ellipses. So you have so many people that have for years, and you know this as well in Toronto, Canada, that look like you and look like us, that have driven ourselves to church waiting for an answer. I have said to my elders and my family over and over again, there are not as many young Black and brown people going to church. My elders from my family who don't believe that, I go, let me tell you something. We made more money. Those of us born in the 60s to the 70s. So because we made more money, there is less of a need in an urgent way for God to come and help us. So some of our Shanes and you know, people that age, Sierra that age, they're not necessarily running to God helping, but all of a sudden we have a constitution that is built upon, in the name of God, this is what should happen. So to Nate's point, when you pacify us with someone to the right or the left of that official who has a colonizing mentality to co-sign on what's been happening from the oppressor, then it's almost like stating, see, in the name of God, it's you, it's you.
Yeah.
You dive into your own company, you pay money for the companies that are self-sustained within the Black community, and equally, you're paying for our services. And here's one of our servicemen, a Black cop. So what we did can't be that off. In the name of God, correct? No, incorrect. So it's an interesting conundrum that we always find ourselves in as Black people, you know, and it's interesting that Nate did this film because he's a 70s kid. There's that bridge generation. We're born in that decade. Like, okay, I got to make it make sense for my 89-year-old grandmother, but I got to make it make sense for the 8-year-old nephew or son. Like that's, so he's not only positioned as he is as a director, that's why I'm his friend, because he needs a friend, not just a colleague, because that's not easy to speak to all those different conversations that need be had before his time is up as a filmmaker, either as an actor, as a director, a producer, what have you. So it's incumbent upon the world of artists to make films like this. And it's kind of neat that we were able to do this at this moment, because the true pandemic is not Corona. The true pandemic is that what you know is the true pandemic. So.
Thank you.
Thank you.